Just how far has the Central Intelligence Agency gone in its attempt to understand and create new mind control technology? New details are coming out in a trove of declassified documents that the agency has kept secret for years.
A new series of documents have been released that appear to give insight into the CIA's gruesome and disturbing mind control experiments. The latest release is comprised of 800 pages that include diagrams, diary logs, and letters detailing the results of experiments conducted as part of Project MKUltra. The documents reveal that dogs were the subject of some experiments seeking to establish mind control technology in the 1960s. In a program that was deemed successful, a number of devices were tested on the dogs with the goal of controlling their movements, using implants and electrical stimulation of the brain. The documents were published online by the Black Vault, which describes itself as the largest online Freedom of Information Act document clearinghouse in the world. They reveal that mind control techniques using drugs were also used on prison inmates at the time, with agents using experimental drugs on prisoners who had been hospitalized. The drugs were administered forcefully and without consent from the subjects. The documents also detailed the CIA's interrogation practices. Forms of physical, psychological, and mechanical torture included everything from threats to drugs that cause pain to truth serums that were forcibly used on subjects. Now, the CIA also sought out hypnotic speaking techniques to control large audiences. And the hundreds of documents give insight into the agency's attempts to control the minds of both humans and dogs.
Fifth generation of wireless technology, or 5G as it's being rolled out worldwide without safety testing. Let me say that again, without safety testing. And how we've got scientists and doctors and environmental organizers saying, stop this.
Well, a few days ago, actually, a group of scientists, doctors, environmental organizers, and concerned citizens got together and they called for the urgent stop to the deployment of 5G. They said that it's been proven harmful to human bodies, that this is an experiment on humanity, and that this should be called a crime under international law.
Wireless radiation has biological effects, period. This is no longer a subject for debate when you look at PubMed and the peer-reviewed literature. These effects are seen in all life forms: plants, animals, insects, microbes. In humans, we have clear evidence of cancer now. There is no question. We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure, neuropsychiatric effects.
The FCC is allowing wireless carriers to install thousands of small antennas, transmitting higher frequencies and using more power than before.
But there's big concerns that the higher frequencies will cause cancer.
Wireless companies say 5G service will speed up phone service. However, it requires new equipment to be installed in neighborhoods across the U.S. Now, some people feel it will be an eyesore. Others fear that the radiation emitted by such technology could actually lead to cancer.
Scientists say there soon is going to be a way that you can charge your phone without using batteries. Battery-less phone. So this thing, you never have to charge it. It's just kind of beyond. You know why? You know how it's going to charge? Are you ready for this? Through Wi-Fi. You know how we're always connected to Wi-Fi, or when we want to be connected to Wi-Fi, we're connected to Wi-Fi, except when we don't want to be connected to Wi-Fi. All right, what's the catch?
Let's talk about the Rectenna, shall we?
Sure.
Rectifying antenna, a new device that takes ambient electromagnetic radiation and converts it into DC current.
Got it.
Isn't that great? Now, this is terrific because a lot of us say, this is Tesla-esque, free energy. This is terrific.
Yeah.
We don't have to have batteries. We're better off because there's no batteries. Rick, has anybody ever stopped and thought, wait a minute, we're being bathed constantly in every kind of radiation there is, from 5G to Wi-Fi. We sit at home. Children are born bathed. You are baking like a potato all day long.
5G technology is being sold as the future. It will let you surf the web and download content faster than ever. But there's just one problem. Scientists and medical professionals are petitioning against a 5G network rollout, claiming the health and environmental concerns.
Many activists are saying the rollout of 5G is a massive health experiment, which could become a global catastrophe. Author Robert Furstenberg, a well-known advocate for stopping the development of 5G networks here in the U.S. and internationally, says this network could cause cancer in humans and wildlife. Furstenberg is petitioning the World Health Organization, the UN, and the EU to urgently halt the development of 5G.
Leaders from various industries around the world have gathered in Davos, Switzerland for the 2019 World Economic Forum, where artificial intelligence is a top subject of discussion.
Now, many of the world leaders who attend the forum are concerned that automation and AI could replace and destroy economies in both the developing world and affluent countries. Dr. Ben Goertzel, who helped build Sophia the robot, one of the first examples of human-like AI.
Working for a living is going to go obsolete, and ultimately that will be great. What you'll have is AIs and robots making the stuff we need and providing the services that we need. Our society is not even that good at dealing with much smaller disruptions, let alone with a disruption as large as this one. So I actually don't worry much about the end game. I think it's going to be great, but I do worry about the path getting there, and especially in the developing world.
Goertzel and his colleagues at SingularityNet are also looking into the far future and a technology called artificial general intelligence, or robots that could exceed human intelligence. He explained that science fiction-like tech is closer than we might think.
Since 2015, Sophia stepped onto the celebrity stage, gracing magazine covers, singing with Jimmy Fallon.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Even going on a date with Will Smith.
Let's hang out and get to know each other for a little while.
In 2017, she's addressed the United Nations.
I am thrilled and honored to be here.
For most of us, or many of us, the idea behind artificial intelligence was suggested to us by the 1968 film 2001: A Space Odyssey. One of the characters was called Hal, and he was a super intelligent computer who was also in charge of the entire spacecraft, so everything was connected to him. So he was interacting with the crew through natural language processing. In 1968, we didn't have the technology to build anything that could do that, but the pieces are beginning to fall into place.
But when I say everything, like the robots will be able to do everything. I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal.
He told me, quote, "At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before." And this next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious shit, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in the news.
AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive. Because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization.